Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Facebook? Welcome to Whatever It Takes Wednesday. This is episode number 12, and it appears, it says, congrats, this is your 100th broadcast. So this is my 100th live video, I guess. So that's pretty wild. I didn't know it does that. This is just for you guys that are doing this. It says congrats, this is your 100th broadcast. So I guess Facebook Live actually keeps up with this kind of thing. But woohoo! I see you on there, Stephanie. What's going on? Hey, folks, plug into Stephanie and her husband. They have their own stuff going on too. Her husband has a nice YouTube show, which is pretty cool. I plan on connecting with him in the near future with that. But what I want to talk about in this video here, episode number 12, Whatever It Takes Wednesday. I'm rolling solo tonight. We're gonna start off. We're gonna start off with something even bigger and better next week. I partnered up with my really good friend Paul Beester, and we're gonna be taking on a production team to make these. To make these shows, a little bit more fun, get a little bit of music in there, things like that, and I'm looking forward to getting that help with the production team and everything like that to take this even further. I'm happy and proud to say this is episode 12. Being that it's episode 12 as in 12 weeks, so we've been doing this for 3 months now. So talk about consistency, right? Consistency is a major thing to me. I've said this on many episodes before. I always say that people don't bet on the racetrack, they bet on the horse. So you want to be the horse that people bet on. People need to know that you're consistent. If you'd like people to bet on you, you know what I mean? Because we are our own currency, right? We're our own currency. Why do people? I remember hearing Jim Rohn one time say, he got $1 million phone call, and he was like, "Well, of course I got $1 million phone call because I'm a $1 million guy, because he was like, who else were they going to call? I don't know if you ever heard that with Jim Rohn on one of his audios. He was talking about that. He was like, who else could they call? For the $1 million phone call, you know what I mean? Because he knows that people can count on him, right?" So in this video, what I want to talk about and touch on is, like I said in the topic, is I want to touch on seeking counsel, and I'm just a major believer in this, in seeking counsel, because we don't know everything. I actually posted a post earlier today, talking about being needy and stuff like that. And, here it is, it's like on one hand you want to be like, I don't need nobody, but then on the other hand, it's like, we all do really need each other too, you know what I mean? So, and what you give out, always comes back. And, it's really smart to seek out counsel, from people that have been where you are today. I seeked out counsel from my parents, my mom, my dad, my really good friend Paul Beester, about some different things in my life. so I just want to touch on that, on being humble and not being afraid to ask for advice. I just seen my man Chris on here, and he was like talking about losing weight and things like that, and asking people for advice on Facebook. Well, why not hear a bunch of people's perspectives? It doesn't have to necessarily be your perspective like one way. What I always say is it's good to hear a bunch of perspectives and to create your own perspective, because we're all our own people, right? We're all I'm my own person, you're your own person, so we're all going to do things differently regardless. But here, let me go on here and say hello to everybody that's on here so far, and shout out to you, Chris Offenbacker, for doing that, man. That's really cool, and I have a great respect for you. Just like I was talking to my friend Paul, he was telling me he had a great respect for me earlier, because he was like, I just really respect how you're like calling me up and asking for my advice, and my perspective and things like that on something that I was dealing with. And it's so important to humble yourself and to know you don't know everything. You know what I mean? Because those that think they know everything don't know shit. You know what I mean? That's all there is to it. I mean, there ain't no other way to put it. You know what I mean? But to put it blunt, those that think they know everything don't know shit. You know what I mean? So, what's up, my man Igor? What's going on? Hello. Just mailed out your shirt, brother. Just mailed out your shirt. I got it around here somewhere. It's actually in this container over here. E-commerce Gold Club, baby. What's up, Jim McDonald? Jim Madanato. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I'm having a little trouble reading that. Which kind of goes back to another post of mine on Facebook. I was talking about my English teacher. See, I can't read very well. My English teacher told me I wasn't going to come out to nothing. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny that I was talking about that on one of my Facebook posts. And then I was also talking about it on the Hangout where I was actually interviewed in a reverse interview for my friend Paul. So there I go, not reading correctly because I wasn't no good in English. What's going on? Nicholas Bettinger, I hope I said that right. Matt Grassa, what's going on, my man? Lenny Abruzinski, Kellen Ambrose, I know your name. Hey, Merle Burks, what's going on? Adarius Buckles, what's going on? How big was outsourcing in your business to where it is now? Hey, cool, man, cool. That's a good question. We outsource. We don't outsource as much as we used to. We for our particular business. I like to keep these as generic as possible, but I'll touch on this stuff a little bit. Outsourcing's outsourcing, and I think it's really good to talk about in general, overall. But with our e-commerce business, when we were in the drop shipping space, we had to outsource a lot more because there's a lot more moving parts. Now our primary focus with our particular business on Amazon is FBA. So Amazon does all that stuff. They do all the logistics, like pick, packing, and shipping, customer service, picking orders, handle returns, processing orders, shipping confirmations. They do all that stuff. So, before my e-commerce drop shipping business, I used to have a bunch of VAs that handle all those different things. So not anymore as much. Now I actually still have lots of virtual assistants that work for me still. We have around 40 something of them that have been through training, and about a half a dozen that work for us. But they mainly do product research now, and then we give them little projects like, hey, we need you to move some stuff around and some spreadsheets for us. And sometimes I ask them for favors on Facebook, like, hey, can you tell so-and-so this? And some stuff that's off the clock a little bit too, that they don't mind. So, what's going on, Corey Smith? What's going on? Igor, what's up? Catlin Betridge, what's going on, man? You won my last contest, man. That was cool. People were asking that in the because I'm doing a contest right now. People were asking that in the comment thread. Who won the last contest? Because they probably wanted to know if there was somebody really won, right? That's what I think. I see these contests. I'm like, did somebody really win this contest, or are they just making this stuff up just to market something, right? So yeah, Catlin won last time. He won the contest last time. There's going to be 3 winners this time. So look for that on my Facebook, if you're here or whatever. Like I said, I try to keep these hangouts as generic as possible because I just like to talk about business in general, and we'll like other people, to be sent to our show and to grow on here. But hey, let me tell you guys one thing: if you own a business of any sort, I don't mind you guys tagging me in anything on Facebook, anything like that. Like, I'm real cool about that kind of stuff. Like, you can post your links on my comment thread, all that stuff. Because here's the thing, and the truth of the matter is, people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. It don't matter if you put your links on my Facebook, you know what I mean, or if you put your links in the comment thread and all this stuff. Like, I don't care, you know what I mean. So I'll do whatever I can for you guys, you know what I mean. If you're successful with your business or have any success where you're in like the top 4%, generally in the top 1%, we'll even bring you on the show and you can market your stuff, or just talk about your business anyway, not necessarily market your stuff. Like I said, I do like to keep it generic, but we always do like a plug, where we're like, yeah, if you want to get with so-and-so, go ahead and do so. What's up, Hector, my boy? I'm just kind of going through here in order. What's going on, man? Good to see you on here, man. Looking good the other day. I seen you with your suit and all that. Suit and tie and all that stuff. What's up, my man Leafy? What's going on? Yeah, I had your shirt on last week. My man Leafy. You know, you can get with him or go back in our episodes. I forget exactly what episode he was. Maybe episode 8 or something like that, just a few weeks back. If you want to, learn about fitness, get a little bit more clarity, about fitness and being an athlete. I love the way he described being an athlete on the show. That was really awesome. What's up, Corey? What's going on, man? It's my neighbor, like 5-6 houses down that way. Hey, thanks, Catlin. Gold Club is the bomb. Happy to win the contest. Yeah, man. My stuff is I had my man Igor that's on here right now. He was talking about our stuff. He's like, man, your stuff is way underpriced. So I hope you're enjoying and taking full advantage of that content, because there's a crap load of content on there. Like, all the guesswork is knocked out of that stuff, as my man Igor would say. So, hey, what's up, Mom? Got my mom on here. What's going on, Mom? I see you on there. Love you. Thanks for your advice the other day, too. Appreciate you. So, I see a Darius on here. Awesome stuff. Cool. I think that's the bottom there now. So, cool, yeah. So, like I was saying, I'll tell you guys a little bit about myself, over the last few years of being in business. I've grown so much over the last few years of being in business. I mean, through some hard times. We've been through some hard times and some really tough challenges. And I always like to say, it's one of my big sayings too, I always like to say, you can tell the size of a man by the size of the problem that gets a man down. So I see these problems, and I always like to say, is this how big I am? You know what I mean? Because I like to compare myself to the problem and say, is this how big I am? And I usually like to add a 0 to it, So if it's a $10,000 problem, I say, well, what if it was a $100,000 problem? That kind of grounds me a little bit. It might be a really good tip or a golden nugget for somebody on here tonight, just to kind of ground themselves. You know what I mean? Like, you come across a serious problem, it might be a $10,000 problem, and you just say, hey, well, look, if I want to be 10 times the person that I am, how about I add a 0 to that and make it a $100,000 problem? Then if you want to grow and really do big numbers or really do big things or really make a big difference, you have to be able to handle problems that are a lot bigger, right? So, but yeah, so I'll just touch on the last few years of being in business and stuff like that, and just in my life in general, spiritual, physically, mentally, emotionally, everything. One really good tip I could give people that are, whether they're starting a business or they're starting a family. If you're starting a family, I have 13 years experience of that too now. Got a little wisdom now. Whether it's physically, whatever, is just to be humble. Be humble, seek counsel. Know you don't know everything. Put your pride to the side. Because a lot of times, before, I would feel like I don't want to ask anybody for advice because I don't want to feel like they think I'm smaller than them. Well, what'll actually happen when you become real humble is when you ask people for advice all the time, people will start looking up to you like, man, that guy, he is always asking for everybody for advice. He just knows he doesn't know everything. And then they realize that, whoa, because that guy is going around like that, he's actually sucking up all the information from everybody. So I go into conversations and I'm asking lots of questions and stuff like that. And a lot of times I'm the one there this is the truth. A lot of times I'm the one there that's actually getting the most out of it. Because then you got the people that think they know everything. So they're they're on their high horse, right? They're on their high horse. They want to act like they know everything. So the whole time they're talking about everything they know. But really, here I am and some other people too that are just being quiet. They're sucking up all the knowledge. They're sucking all up the knowledge, and that person was talking the whole time. The one that knew everything, he didn't learn anything. Right? So I'm just going to pause for a second. See what I'm saying? That guy didn't learn anything. He didn't soak anything up. So thought I'd practice that pause factor. I don't know. I signed, here's another thing I've done for growth too, being humble, seeking knowledge, seeking counsel, so that I can grow as a person. I signed up for this thing called the Toastmaster. Some people might be familiar with it. And one of the things that I learned from there was the pause factor. And it's something that people in history have been really good with. People like Dr. Martin Luther King, right? He'd be like, I have a dream that all people will be created equal. You just pause, look around. Look at Obama. He crushed it. When he went against John McCain. He's like, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Everybody's just soaking it up. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. See, it was like they're soaking it up, right? Taking it in. Look at Trump. Look at Donald Trump. He just crushed it too. Same thing. He was a better speaker. Obama was a better speaker than the last guy. A lot of these presidents win because they're better speakers, and it's because they're smart. Because they suck up the knowledge. They go do the right thing with it. A lot of those kind of people are humble. People like Trump and Obama. Dr. Martin Luther King, people like to use that pause factor, right? They use that pause factor when they speak. You know what I mean? And, here I am now. I do the same thing. If I want to make a point, I'll close the point out and I'll stop for a second. So you can just suck it up and soak it in, if that makes sense. So there's a little wisdom or some, for some folks out there. Another thing I learned too, I'll touch on this too right while I'm here right now. Another thing I learned too from Toastmasters too for speaking and things like that is saying things in threes, and rappers do this a lot. They'll say, and I do it too. Like when I talk to people, like if I talk about financial freedom or something like that, I'll say I don't know if you're, what kind of person you are. If you're the kind of person who likes to come and go as they please, do what they want, when they want, with whom they want. You see how I just did that? I'll be like, if you're that type of person, wants to live life on your terms, click this link or whatever, you know what I mean? So I do that kind of stuff, where I'll say things in threes, like if you want to do something great, if you want to do something amazing, if you just want to just go all out and crush it, join me here, do this, you know what I mean? So I said the same three things all three times. You want to do something great, you want to do something amazing, if you want to do something you've never done before, and then pause after the third thing. Then click this link or join me in this or go ahead and grab this free training, right? So another thing I learned too from Toastmasters and speaking and being around speakers and things like that too, is to end your sentences in the word right. If you're right or you believe you're right anyway, we're all speaking from our perspective. None of us are really right or wrong. We're only sharing our perspective and our beliefs. You know what I mean? And I always say that too. Because it's a lot easier for people to receive your information if you're just telling your information as if it's your perspective and just coming from you. So these are some things that I do for my communication skills, but it's good to end the word, and good to end your sentences in the word with the word right too. It's another good communication tip. So all this stuff comes from me. Like I said, all this stuff comes from me from being humble, and seeking counsel and seeking the right counsel. You know what I mean? So that I can grow. And over the last few years in business, like I said, I've just grown tremendously, and I didn't really start growing like that until I humbled myself and really came to the conclusion that I just truly don't know everything, and that I can learn from every single person that I come in contact with. So anyway, I hope you enjoy them tips. I'm going to keep this really short tonight. I just wanted to get out here, be persistent, consistent, and not be non-existent. There I go with the three thing, right? So I just want to come out here, connect with everybody face to face, look at you. I don't know where the camera is, whatever, but look at you here. And I want to encourage everybody to tune in next week. I'm going to have my partner, my new business partner on here. I'll look forward to seeing him on here, my man Paul Beester, and we're going to be bringing in a production team and making this a little bit more interesting. And we're going to be bringing on some really cool guests. We have some really, really cool guests that I've talked to. I just talked to an old friend named Charlie who owns the Deptford skating rink. He's owned that for years. I'm actually going to be bringing him on here. I actually was a figure skater in 1992 there, so I just ran into him. I said, hey, I'd like to have you come on the show. And he said, I'm all for it. So he's going to be coming on the show, and he's got, 30 years of owning a skating rink, and he helped Tara Lipinski, get ready and she became a gold medalist. So he's got a little. He can't take the credit for her work, but he contributed to it. Very well. So she was a gold medalist. So anyway, love yous. Thank you so much for coming and attending the show this evening. And look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Whatever It Takes Wednesday. Remember the philosophy, the philosophy in life, whatever it takes. You know what I mean? Because when you start living with that philosophy and doing whatever it takes, that's when things will start happening for you. So that's why I love that phrase, whatever it takes. It's my main philosophy in life. So anyway, love yous. Closing out. Peace.